So this week I have a near and dear, which means what, gang? Kids movies. Let me give the beautiful description of this film. Some guy in a hat and trench coat fights monsters, and he's like, I'm going to stop Dracula.
I was going to say it was Inspector Gadget, but then you threw me off with Dracula, and I was like, wait a minute.
Tim, any ideas on this one?
No.
Van Helsing.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
We're bringing Hugh Manjack in here.
Nice.
Watching some not zombies, but vamps.
There are
Werewolves.
no zombies in that movie? Feels like there should
no, there's vampires and werewolves, though.
Other mystical lore.
It's pretty dope. Tim's going to be excited.
Yeah.
And we are still here, and I'm Adam. We're Flipper Flicks. Somebody else should say their name.
You can last longer than me. I was like, I'm not going to speak. I'm going to make him crack. And he's just like staring into my eyes like, fuck you. I'm not cracking.
Motherfucker.
And then as soon as you started to open your mouth, I was like, she's going to say her name. I want to say it at the same time. That's right.
All right, so we got Bram Stoker and Mary Shelley here.
Yeah. Bram Stoker with the beanie on, and Mary Shelley's right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Adam. We
Okay.
went over this again.
That's true.
Again.
I didn't do research on Mary Shelley. I just know she wrote Frankenstein.
She did. And who wrote
Frankenstein or just the original?
The original. Like the one that Nicolas Cage is obsessed with.
I like a little mist in the morning.
Little Mary Shelley. But that kind of leads into the movie of being Van Helsing, which you already know of, but let me give you the true synopsis. The famed monster hunter is sent to Transylvania to stop Count Dracula, who is using Dr. Frankenstein's research in a werewolf for nefarious purposes.
Because he smells crime.
He does later.
Use that.
Dude. Okay, so like the background of this movie, near and dear, loved it as a kid. I want to say kid. It was 2004, so I was like 13. Loved it as a teenager.
Preteen.
It was literally a teen.
Wait, what's a preteen? Like 9?
A preteen
10?
is pre-teenager.
Teen.
It's like 12. It's like 11 and 12.
Post-teen. The real teen.
I was start saying that. Like, how old are you? I'm post-teen.
I'm 32, post-teen, you know.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with this as a kid, though. And if you look at our DVD case, it has been used quite a bit.
Oh, I didn't notice it.
Oh, yeah. Like it's got like holographics on it, and it's just like slowly
Yeah, they're like fading
away.
Well, it is what, almost 20 years old?
Yeah.
That's wild.
19. It is post. It's almost post-teen. The film in and of itself. Tim's seen this a bunch. I don't think you have.
I have not. I had seen one scene in this. It's like when they're in the square and all the lady vampires are out and they're like shooting them into the church. Like I've seen that scene, and I thought that was the opening scene of this movie.
Not at all.
I don't know why.
I think it was part of a trailer back in the day or some shit. I don't know.
Okay, because I was like very
because I always
surprised.
feel that way too. It's like I used to remember it as that was the opening scene. Like before, I would watch it again.
Right.
Then I started telling myself that it's not. When I think it is. It's fucking weird. I don't know.
It was either the trailer or maybe that's just always when I like popped in when it was on TV. Like it just, it was that point when I always found it.
It is still on TV.
Yeah.
It was telling me it was on TNT at 6 p.m. yesterday.
It's constantly on.
It's crazy.
I know.
Gone in 60 Seconds and some of those other movies. It's like always on.
I think it's like a certain length of film mixed with, there's not like nudity. There's not really cuss words, and it's not bloody, so like it just has action in it, so they can easily just drop it in and be like,
they don't have to cut anything.
It's almost like a family friendly movie, almost
adjacent to family friendly.
There you go.
I know.
Tim family friendly.
Yeah, exactly.
now this
a kid like me, it's family friendly.
So it claims this film
Maybe
is
I don't fucking know. I could be crazy.
It's a horror fantasy.
I could see that.
Right.
I would never have done that as a kid. I would have gone horror, like fantasy adventure. But as an adult, I could see it being listed as that.
Yeah.
All right.
I would have assumed it was a fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I could get with the horror. It's got a little mist in the morning, some gothic architecture.
A lot of gothic
A lot of
architecture.
gothic architecture. Oh jeez. And it's got that like mood. I don't know.
It's got a vibe.
Like that
I was
early
vibing.
2000s. We got to go back into the 1800s, so we're just gonna make everything dark as fuck.
Yep.
Mood.
It's moody. It's
Yeah.
dark and moody.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was sitting here, I'm like, Universal finally had a chance to restart the MonsterVerse with this film.
Yeah.
Because like, so Van Helsing actually he was in the original, like, he's from Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Right.
But like Van Helsing isn't like fleshed out as much as this. So Stephen Sommers, the director, writer, he was like, I'm going to make him my own thing. And this is a completely original concept.
Which I found interesting because I was like, I guess since this has been around for 20 years, I was like, oh, there are plenty of stories about Van Helsing. And I'm like, not really. This is like kind of it.
It's the first.
And then it just kind of like went from there, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah. So this movie actually, before it released, before its opening weekend, they were like, holy shit, we have a new franchise. We've got a sequel ready for it, a television series where that's going to take place in Transylvania. Hugh Jackman's going to pop in and out occasionally.
What?
And then it bombed.
No.
Damn.
Where's the TV show? Bring it back.
So, and then like in 2009, Del Toro was talking about rebooting this
Oh, shit. That
with
would've been
Tom
good.
Cruise.
No. He lost.
Tom
He
Cruise
lost
as
me.
Van Helsing?
Yeah.
I don't know. Tom Cruise is definitely the same height as Hugh Jackman. Both are 6'3", 100%.
For
Also,
sure.
dude, I did not realize he was that tall. Like, I knew people were pissed that he was Wolverine because like Wolverine's 5 foot flat or something.
Yeah, he's pretty tiny. Well, that was the whole point, right? That's part of his whole thing.
Yeah,
He's Wolverine. Yeah.
yeah.
But Del Toro's spooky verse, like I would have liked to have seen
he would have
that
fucking nailed
if
it.
They could have casted
That
it
would've been
correctly.
awesome. Yeah.
Well, he did do Hellboy.
Yeah.
He was the first person. So like, I would say that this and Hellboy were like similar. That being said,
Yeah.
the CGI in this movie is relatively decent.
Yeah, it's not bad. You can definitely
There are
date
parts. There are parts.
Yeah, there are very few. Yeah, not few, but there. Yeah, but you can definitely date it, and then you can be like, I hope this doesn't look terrible 5 years from now, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
I don't know.
my biggest beef with the CGI is the lightning, which should be the easiest part. Like,
Right.
but for some
Yeah.
reason that's like.
Oh, you're talking about like the
funkiest.
PS1
It
graphics?
looks like creepy paper.
Exactly.
Yes. But like the fucking the Brides of Dracula,
Mm-hmm. They look fine.
they look solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We so I have it on DVD. We watched the special features,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Ah.
showed how they did all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically they had them act so that they got their face correctly and got the wind and everything correctly. And
With
then
the
they
hair.
had them wear the dot suit like Andy Serkis
Yeah.
does for Gollum, and then they animated their bodies, but like they still had the shots with their bodies when they were like on the wires. So
Yeah.
I was like, that kind of explains why when they're flying into camera, it looks good still, like 20
Yeah.
years
Right.
later.
Yeah. It's actually their face.
Yeah,
So, like, the
exactly.
movement just looks
You're like,
natural.
Yeah.
That makes so much
Whoa.
sense because I already think Avatar's dated, but people yell at me for that. But because the one with the blue aliens.
Mm-hmm.
I know which one you're
Yeah.
talking about.
All right, yeah.
I just haven't
Because
seen
that
it in a while.
already with all the CG faces. I know they use like their real faces, but it looks
Yeah.
fucking weird to me.
Yeah. It's not right, you know?
Right.
Shit ain't right.
Well,
Maybe it's because their face was like actually taking the shape of a different form, whereas she's still
Oh.
technically like humanish, right?
human
I
face,
don't know.
yeah. I was gonna say, like, you gotta like love or hate the early 2000s, but they actually did like the mini sets. They
Oh,
did
yeah.
a lot of the practical stuff, and like that's part of the reason why it still looks good 20 years later.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like they put
Yeah.
the work in.
We need
Now
more
we're just
practical shit.
lazy and we're like
CG.
CGI at all.
All right. Which may not be lazy, depending. You know.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
know. We had a friend who was talking to us about like the Mandalorian and all the new Star Wars stuff. where they use the special room, right?
Yeah.
Like the Unreal Engine.
The green room.
Yeah, I forget.
Well,
What
it's not
called,
even a
but
green
yeah.
room. Like they.
I know it's like it's like an oval, but like part of it's cut. So you can,
It's kind of like, I'm sure they would do that now with this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're fucking like
For
they
sure.
were. There was like this thing where it's like you're watching it on the set. Like they put like mini hidden cameras or like a camera on top of the actual camera so you can see like more than just the screen you see. It was pretty cool. Like so much practical effects. Also, when Dracula and Van Helsing are transforming, they're still doing the motions, like getting bigger and shit.
Yeah.
While still voice acting.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, and a lot of the set was practical too. Like you could see it, and it was like, oh, Dracula's castle. They actually took the time to like build most of it, or at least the bones of it. Like,
dude, and then
I was surprised.
And then the bloopers.
Yes,
these people had fun making this film.
Definitely.
I'm sure you can tell. You can always tell.
Except for Kate Beckinsale, who hated her corset so much that she wanted to burn it afterwards.
Yeah, you could also tell that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would prefer
she was pretty upset. I hear her character was supposed to be like that, but like you could tell she was upset the whole time. You
like
could feel it.
It's like on one hand, I'm like, I get it, and like I get why they chose to put her in one because like it's period.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel for her. I would not want my ribs.
Yeah.
To be destroyed.
Yeah.
But
well, back to the thing you were talking about, because this kind of leads back into it with how Hugh Jackman and then would still do like the whole body thing.
Yeah.
I've thought about it before, and I think that's just purely for being able to be in that moment. Because if you're just standing there trying to match that voice, it's not the same as doing like all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know. And they probably have fun with it, which I would be like, people are watching me. This is awkward.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I know. That's the funniest part.
I would never be able to get in that headspace. I just can't do it.
Dude, so in the bloopers, they kept like breaking shit by accident. And they'd be like, such a small budget film. Such a small budget film. This movie cost $160 to $170 million in 2004.
Yeah, 2004. That's a hefty price tag right
I
there.
know. And that's why it busted so hard. Like I think in the first week of DVD sales, like was half of their first weekend in the box office. Which is kind of crazy.
Not enough preteens were allowed to see it.
Yeah.
I know. That's why Sam never saw it, Sam. Us teenagers saw it. There was a fucking
Us
PG.
teens.
No. We were just teens.
We were still teenagers.
No. See, it was PG-13. Sam wasn't allowed in the door.
Nah, here's the thing. This was on at my house just as much as it was probably on at you guys' house. I just chose to walk away from the TV set. That's what I've learned while doing this podcast is that I'm like, okay, like I had all of the chances to see all these movies that you guys know and love, and I just walked the other direction 90% of the time.
Sam's like, this is an action flick. I'm out.
I gotta go. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But I do think
hilarious.
Other just loving on the 2000s here. Bring back the perfectly manicured, like mid-length man perm hair. I just like want that in my life some more. Like Lord of the Rings had it. This has it. Yeah. There's other shit that has it.
Did anybody else think to themselves, now it's time for Carl to show his value?
Yes.
Because Carl is played by Faramir. And
oh, yeah.
Carl to show his qualities.
It took me a second to get there, but yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, that's one that Sam and I say a lot. Like, probably too much.
And Carl was funny in this.
Carl's hilarious.
Faramir did show his qualities.
Carl's great in most
just
things.
A friar.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you do that?
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
What a great joke.
And then you've got like this Lucius Malfoy looking motherfucker who's like trying to kill Van Helsing or like get him in a grave. Like he's just constantly
you're talking
like
about the top hat man?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Dude, so let's just talk about names here. We got Van Helsing, we got Anna Valerius, we got Count Vladislav Dracula, and Carl.
Carl.
Yeah.
Fucking Carl.
But Coral.
I know. I don't know why, but his name just feels so out of place that I love it.
It just like gives him his character though. I dig it.
But dude, the Top Hat Man, he's like, yeah, they only kill 1 or 2 a month. I'm like, are you making more than 1 and 2 babies a month?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna
Because even then, you ain't keeping up.
your burnout rate, you're gonna burn through all those people because I don't think you're getting many travelers out in the fucking mountains.
Yeah. Yeah, they were in like kind of that little valley because I was laughing because as Van Helsing and Carl are going to town, like they're up on that mountain, and I was like, why the fuck are they up there? Like they gotta just come right back down. But they just wanted those cool shots, man.
Yeah, they did.
What do you think of Frankenstein? It's monster.
I always loved the monster in this one.
Oh,
I always
yeah?
thought he was really cool.
I did too.
I like when he's in like a glass like an ice cube, just like chilling.
Yeah.
Let me out.
Yeah. Like I don't know, it's just a comically large ice cube.
Yeah.
He just always seems like somebody who's like friend.
Yeah.
But he's clearly an intelligent life form.
He's very intelligent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my only other beef with the CGI is like his little head electricity. For some reason, they just couldn't get the electricity right, man. Like, I don't know.
Well, I think this probably has something to do with it having to move so fast but still be visible.
Probably.
That was harder to do back then. But
Yeah.
There's the CGI mishap that I saw, right? That happens and his face falls off, right?
Yeah.
It falls to the side. His eyeball goes with it.
It does.
And then there's just a socket. So it's just like a CGI skull, and it just doesn't look great because like if the eyeball had stayed, you wouldn't notice. But yeah. I was cracking up. I was like, I don't remember that.
Dude, so the character, the voice actor for Mr. Hyde at the beginning is Hagrid, right? But the guy running around in the suit literally had a hat on with Mr. Hyde's like CGI face on it. Like,
I think
really
I've seen
big.
that.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that
to show where to look.
It's like a big fat head.
But they actually had Frankenstein's actor do it because he was having so much fun in the role. So they're like, "Do you want to just be Mr. Hyde?" And it's like, "Yeah, why not?"
Yeah.
That dude is hilarious. Like he was just cracking jokes the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having a good time.
Oh yeah.
I really like I like the story of Jekyll and Hyde all the time. I always enjoy that. And whatever, different interpretations of what he looks like, how they act, and it's always interesting. Because
I mean, we had the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. He's more like the Hulk in that one, where he's like, "We're both. Let me free, Jekyll."
Yeah.
But let's talk about werewolves. Tim, before watching this film,
love them.
Tim said that this is his favorite version of a werewolf in a film.
Yes, correct.
And I'm confused. It's not Twilight.
Yes, defend your choice versus Twilight, please. And go.
Those are just
werewolves.
wolves.
Look in Twilight. Done.
They aren't very.
Tell you.
Tim, they're
Don't
not
they just
were.
turn into regular fucking wolves?
They're just big wolves, but they call themselves werewolves. Werewolves
be more realistic, but like
they stand on two legs.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
But can run on all fours.
Correct.
I like how pointy the ears are in this one.
Yes. Very rare.
Dude, the Van Helsing. Go ahead, Tim.
What? I was going to say, speaking of them walking on two legs, there's only, I think, one species of wolf that is known to do that.
Yeah. I've seen it. It's weird.
It's not native to where there are werewolf sightings. I'm just saying.
Tim is 100% convinced werewolves exist, just for the random listeners.
Maybe not in the aspect that, you get bitten by one, you fucking turn into one, but it's a cursed soul or some shit. I don't know.
So, yeah, like the seventh son of the seventh son sort of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's a werewolf. Now, Tim, would you say that Van Helsing looks like your old dog when he turns into a werewolf?
Smokey? A bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim had a black German Shepherd. Oh, beautiful dog.
He's also
fucking cool.
Like Hugh Jackman's werewolf is also much more impressive. Like he's more jacked.
Yeah.
He's got his long
he's
flow.
he's muscular and he's got a big snout. I did like how they changed the colors of him though, because the first one was like white, and then the other guy's was brown and a softer, like shaggier brown.
Yeah, and then there's a quote from the animators, the CGI people that we heard. That's the director wanted Hugh Jackman's werewolf to be like a rock star, sexy, just awesome looking. Like he wants people to be into it.
He wants a big reveal.
Yeah, and let's be real. This is the existent. This might have sparked some furry love for some people out there.
Yeah.
Just saying, or what do we would call vampires?
Yeah.
Because I know
Daddies. I don't know.
Because the actor of Dracula,
Necrophilia?
the actor of Dracula ended up marrying one of the brides.
Oh, that's cool.
They met from on set and everything. Happy ending.
Oh, that's cute. I like it.
Then they had all these babies. They tried to get them electrocuted to come alive. It was a whole thing.
It was a whole thing.
But no, they did actually
none
get
of
married.
that's real.
Pretty sure.
You're
not
not real,
100%.
man.
But I'm sitting there like, dude, they like go through the portal. They can't go back. I'm like, Tim, are you like going to use like a Hearthstone, fast travel to get back home? Like, how the fuck are you getting home?
Right. How? Yeah. You just walked back through that door or some shit? I don't know.
I don't know. Igor got there somehow.
Yeah.
What?
Who, by the way, is Benny in The Mummy.
Yep. I'm glad you said that. As I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, I know who this is. And then I forgot to look it up.
So the director of The Mummy did Van Helsing.
Yeah.
And he really enjoys working with Kevin O'Connell. So he wrote Igor for him.
I like that scene when they come in and Igor's like basically bitching, being like, Igor this, Igor that. And then he's like very surprised to see them.
You guys aren't supposed to be here.
Yeah. And then I also liked like the Dracula ice castle situation. Like I don't know that I'd ever seen that before. That feels unique to me. So even if it's not unique, it's not done a lot. So that's cool.
Now, yeah, that's very true. He's
so bring this back around because you're talking about The Mummy.
Yeah.
The Mummy with Tom Cruise in it, the newer one.
Yeah.
There is a Jekyll and Hyde in that movie.
What?
People watched that film?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Wait,
is that the only reason it's good? Because Jekyll and Hyde's in it, or
no? It's an interesting take.
Okay.
It's an interesting angle in the
Brendan Fraser.
The
Tom Cruise.
Well, yes. No, I will not disagree with that. 100%. This is still a good, different take on it.
Okay.
I believe
All I can say without spoiling too much.
That's fair. But Tim, I'm gonna out you here that I'm pretty sure that this movie is why you like fancy hats. True or false?
Oh.
That's probably one of them for sure.
There's
a couple.
V for Vendetta came out around this time too. Was the mid 2000s just the time of fancy hats?
Maybe.
Yeah, and I really liked his cowboy hats that are all flat. They look super flat.
Because he watched Tombstone a bunch or something.
No, they got different ones.
I don't.
They got actual cowboy hats. I think maybe not. I can't remember now.
Yeah.
There's another Western that came out recently, and the main guy, I've seen it before. I can't remember what he's in or anything. But he has that kind of hat, and it's fucking cool. What?
Was it Old Henry?
No.
Was it The Old Way?
The Old Way.
No. Well, you guys,
that's my extent of Western.
I can't remember the name of it. I don't even know how to look it up because I can't remember it like very much about it. But
I know what it was. It was The Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Yeah.
The Voyage of the Last, whatever. You know what I mean.
Speaking of that.
Yeah. How does Dracula compare in that film to this?
So it's always interesting to see how he's portrayed as a bat.
Yeah.
And these two are actually pretty close.
I thought I saw like images from it in like the trailer, and I was like, they're like the same grayscale.
They are. So he looks like a fucking alien. Like in both of them, I think he looks like an alien. But he's I don't know what I meant by that, to be honest with you. But this one's probably a little scrawnier than the Van Helsing one.
Okay.
Oh, dude's a beefcake in this one
for good reason.
Okay.
Yeah, he's starved or something.
Yeah. So he's very like weak and whatnot, but like it's cool. I just wish in the movie he actually turned into a human at some point. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Speaking of turning into human, first off, the transitions between human and vampire and human and werewolf were pretty well done.
They were pretty good. Yeah.
Now,
I like the whole skin falling off and stuff,
dude,
and like peeling. That's
cool.
creepy, but that's really cool.
So that was a whole like symbolic gesture. Sommers wanted. He wanted it to be like the beast within him is coming out, So he's ripping out the skin to show it. But what's funny is he also rips the fur off.
Yeah.
He just has endless skin.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the one like problem with it, but I think it looks cool, so I'm willing to like put it aside.
Yeah.
What also looks cool is Hugh Jackman's turtleneck at one point, straight up wearing like a gray turtleneck with like a duster over top of it. I'm like, you can't hide that, bro.
He's probably like, I've had these clothes on for weeks.
Yeah.
I can't take this shirt off.
Now, the funniest transformation that we did not get to see is just downright ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he's transforming at the end, howling, holding Anna as she's dying, he's supposed to be butt-ass naked. They actually did a take where Hugh Jackman's ass is in it. But they said it was too distracting because it was a good-looking ass. it ruined the scene because like people were so distracted by his
all of a sudden they're
ass.
just focused on his ass.
Yeah, and
at least they've had enough gall to say that like there and not just be like
so
let it go, I guess.
They covered
an
it.
Insult him.
They covered his ass with a piece of CGI.
That's hilarious.
So like they just digitally changed it. So there is a copy out there with Hugh Jackman's ass in the world that I feel like should be released. Just like the butthole version of Cats.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I find it funny that they didn't go that route because he kind of looks like Tarzan with his long hair and like his loincloths.
Yeah,
like I'm just like Hugh Jackman could have been Tarzan.
There is more rope swinging in this movie than Tarzan.
Yeah, seriously.
Fuckers are swinging from ropes constantly.
Yeah. And how they're surviving it.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't question that part. Because, see, this movie brought me in. I was able to suspend my disbelief.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even though they were ridiculous.
Superhuman somehow, essentially,
Yeah.
But to a degree that is just kind of comical. But at the same time, you're sucked into it. So it's like, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the steps that he walks down, Tim, did you recognize those?
That he walks down?
At the very beginning, right?
At the very beginning.
First scene. Literally the first scene where he rips the bounty poster.
He walks, the music's playing, and he rips it off the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't remember it
You've walked them before.
Yeah.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
It's Prague.
Yeah.
Is it actually Prague? Okay.
Yeah. So when they're like doing these like pulled out scenes looking at Notre Dame's castle, it's really looking at the castle at the top of the not the castle, the church at the top of the castle in Prague.
Where you stuck your head through
where we stuck our heads through the gates, Tim.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
So we've been where fucking Van Helsing and
we're basically related.
Basically, same person. I mean, I got the flow going.
Yeah, exactly.
You got the flow. I can get a flow going.
Yeah.
I got a little bit.
There you
got
go,
a
there
beard
you
and I got a little
go.
mustache.
There you go. Yeah.
Tim likes werewolves, so I see
I do like
no
werewolves.
problems. The one thing I don't remember in this film, though, because I didn't know it was in Prague, even though it says it's in Hungary and it says it's in France. But I didn't know there was a secret order. I completely forgot about that. Like where he's like in Rome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's getting all his shit. Yeah.
The James Bond scene.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
It's literally what they made it after, so I respect it.
Yeah.
But I have no memory of that. Even though I remember the Hyde fight, I do just think they're in Transylvania immediately. Like he and Carl are just like walking.
Mm. Yeah, they kind of like time travel pretty quickly. Like they don't time travel, but they're in Transylvania pretty quickly.
Yeah. And the reverse of my memory, where the part that I remember most is the masquerade ball.
Well, yeah, he's like flipping on the trapeze and all that.
More rope swinging.
And like the mirror.
Is the mirror
no
scene.
Reflection.
The mirror scene is the one that I remember most. Because I remember as a kid, I'm like, how'd they do that? Well, they probably just had her standing. Like,
yeah.
It probably wasn't as difficult as I was making it out to be.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But they rehearsed that dance scene for hours.
Oh.
Like all of them, because they didn't want it to be fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. Well, what else else is there to say about this? I liked the music because I don't think that
so
they
good.
always do the like little guitar strumming with the like fastness. Like, I don't know. I liked that vibe.
Dude, Tim was nailing that
I know.
noise.
He's
Like,
heard it a lot
I don't
clearly.
think I would.
dude, you actually were, in my opinion.
I don't know what sound I made, so
Close enough, man. Close enough. And then I was feeling bad in that square scene when they just chuck a cow through a building. Poor cow. Like, he's just
Right.
That being said, at least they like brought back the cow.
Yeah, he lives, but it's like, damn, dude.
But like, I just like that they like showed it again. Like,
yeah.
they could have just thrown it and been like, "Oh, poor cow."
Yeah.
If this was an Indian film, it would have said no cow. Like, this is all CGI.
Yeah.
No cow was harmed in the making of this film. Yeah. But they did harm a lot of glass in this film. Like, they were constantly doing the break glass thing, like everywhere. I was like, it must have been that time, eh?
Oh yes, for sure.
His crossbow. How do you like that thing? I liked it.
I fucking loved it. But I was obsessed with like bows as a kid.
Yeah.
I also love his saw blades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
fucking cuts off Jekyll or Hyde's fucking arm.
Both technically.
Yeah.
It does turn into Jekyll's arm.
Definitely. It does.
My last question though for you both. Are you happy they killed Anna? Like, they didn't cop out her death. Like, oh, she only had a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Go
ahead, Tim.
No, you go ahead. I thought you were already talking about it.
I was just gonna say and that's all I have to say about it. So go ahead.
No, I liked it. Because it's kind of like, oh man, they could have had super babies.
I know. The flips that she was doing.
Yeah.
I know. And then he's this Van Helsing. You mix the two bloodlines. Well, technically they're related, right?
No.
He said something.
She's related she's related to Dracula. He came down from God.
Correct.
Smote. Dracula.
That's why his name's Gabriel.
Yeah. The left hand of God. Sam's like, I fucking knew that the moment he said Gabriel. And I was like,
yeah.
Well, aren't we Catholic?
Yeah.
Well, raised Catholic.
But I don't understand because so he comes down, kills a guy who then makes a pact with the devil and becomes this evil that he has to fight for so long.
Yeah.
So why did he have to kill him?
They don't explain they never explain why he killed him in the first place.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. What was the point of killing him? What if you just left him alone?
Well, nobody knows, man.
Same level of work.
No
He's still gonna come back for you. Oh yeah, I guess that's true. I was gonna say he's still gonna somehow, that's how it all works. People's paths still cross anyway, so he's still gonna be pissed off about something else later.
Yeah.
Just maybe not in vamp form.
Well, I liked that.
But did you have anything else to say about the Anna death? Because I feel like we cut you off, but maybe not.
Oh, I don't know. I just think it fit.
I was just glad because we're in a time where, I don't know, all the movies just like, oh, look, she's dead, except she's not.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden she breathes again.
Yeah, there's like no, I'm going to use a big word now. There's like no, that I don't use. There's like no gravitas to the moment if 5 minutes later she's alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like that's the world we live in now that like people can't.
Right. You don't want to kill them because they might be a liked character that you could use in a later
in a sequel. 10 years 100%. From now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's also what made this movie like you didn't expect that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's always that way.
Right.
So you didn't expect her to die.
Oh, 100%. Like when he was like lighting her on fire, I'm like, is this some sort of Denethor situation? Like she's gonna wake up? Because like I didn't know that we could kill people in movies, main characters.
Right? I mean, they killed both of them. The whole bloodline is dead.
Yeah. It's hardcore.
Yeah.
Van Helsing killed all of them. Literally, he killed Dracula, he killed Anna, and he killed her brother.
Mm-hmm. Hardcore parkour.
He got a triple kill, man. One family.
Man.
Mass murderer.
Yeah.
That's why he was dead or alive in French for 2,000 francs.
Yeah. I want it. I was like, somebody's got to finish it. I don't want to do it myself.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to go to our rankings now.
Rankings!
I would flip this on. I know it's so shocking. This movie was near and dear to me.
And you're flipping it on.
I'm flipping her back on.
I feel like I want my money back. I was not expecting that.
But were you expecting it to rope swing all the way to the number 1 spot? Over Samurai, Sixth Sense, Hidalgo, Leon, Professional, and Creature from the Black Lagoon.
I'm not sure that I would have expected it to be on your first. Well, I mean, it's near and dear, so yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. And then there's other losers below the belt.
Okay, so it's number 1.
It's numero uno.
Nice.
Tim.
I don't know where to put it.
Oh,
I knew he'd struggle because he's like, I really like The Sixth Sense, but I really like Van Helsing.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're 2 completely different films. It's
I know.
Hard. But Van Helsing's going to take over.
Yeah.
So it'll be Van Helsing at number 1, and then Sixth Sense, Hidalgo, Creature, Samurai, Leon, Bridesmaid, Officer Down, Shadow.
Oh, yeah. Those guys below.
Yeah.
Sam?
Those peons. I'm going to flip it on. I'm not going to rank it as high as you guys. I think it's like a mid flip on. I don't know if I have a spot in the middle, but that's where I'm putting it. Because, like, it's good. I like it. I think I will like other things more potentially because it's not exactly what I would go for every time, but I enjoyed it and I didn't dislike it. So, middle of the pack. I'm stopping if it's on TNT like it apparently still is. And
that's just wild.
will I watch the whole thing? Maybe not, but like it might get my attention depending on the time of year. So I like a good monster movie too, and so I think that's why it kind of comes up as like I thought they did really good with like just
merging.
all of it.
I thought they did a really good job merging the 3.
Yeah,
because the Wolfman was the 3rd one.
Yeah, I agree with that. Plus, I like to look at Hugh Jackman, so
same.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
I mean, Kate Beckinsale's not bad either.
That is true.
All right. So the critics, this film from the critics give it a 24%. That's low.
That's very low.
Audience gave it a 50.
Here I go with my reaction.
I know. Like audience with a 57%.
Okay. So
About
like
1 in
half.
2 people flip it on.
Hmm.
IMDb with a 6.1 out of 10, and then Google, go 88.
There you go.
Oh, I was gonna say 87.
Google knows what's up, guys.
I mean, I'm just thinking about the 1 in 2 people. Like, what do they think of? What was that fucking Frankenstein movie we watched? Because that was horrendous.
That was 4%.
Oh,
okay. Because I was like,
Yeah.
are those other people flipping on that movie? Because that one was terrible.
Oh man, that one was so bad.
This is so much better.
Oh, my mistake. It was 5%. Oh, it was 38% from the audience, though.
Okay.
But still, 5%. That was rough.
Yeah.
This movie outclasses. I think we fucking said that in that episode.
You probably did.
So go listen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no spiel on that one.
Tim went on a rant, most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, most likely.
But going on to next week, let's see what Sam gets.
Woo.
Sam is getting a recommendation.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
So all you nerds out there want to give us more recommendations. We're running low.
Yeah.
Always running low, Mr. Krabs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. What's Sam going to pick? Somebody already told us.
Somebody told me that you had a recommendation that looked like a recommendation that I had in February of last year. Okay,
Sam was trying to remember the lyrics.
I was, and I was trying to fit way too many syllables in that line.
Hey, thanks for listening to this episode of Flipper Flicks on whatever podcasting platform you're on. But hey, if you want to continue this fun, we're over on Instagram and Threads. Hit us up there. We are at Flipper Flicks. You can also go to our website and give us some recommendations. We're always looking for more, Please send us those. I'm just pandering to you at this point. That is flipperflix.com. And feel free to like, subscribe, review us. That always helps us out. You can do that on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, the works, wherever you're able to review. That'd be great. And it also, if you subscribe, you get notified when our episodes drop on Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Yes, that is every Thursday at 1 p.m., so please catch us there. And thanks again for listening.